time, there's like a year or 2 years where it was like you were a question on Blockbusters, and you were like a quiz in the Daily Mail, and you were in a crossword, and you were, all these other things that were coming up. And and then all the cartoons, I kept regularly coming up in a cartoon, like, with like these, I can all them, like the Queen in Formaldehyde, John Major in Formaldehyde. And then I remember being aware of being sort of somehow getting, being in all those places like that. You think, fucking, I'm, really becoming a part of. I remember popular culture. I remember going into a bar and saying I'm Damien Hirst, and them going, no, you're not, and showing them my credit card, and just absolutely not believing it, because I'd won the Turner Prize and I had long hair and I'd cut my hair short. It's just like, no, you're not. He's got long hair, and even with my credit card, like not believing me. I always used to laugh about the idea of going into the supermarket and putting I used to do it. Where if you put a jar of Vaseline and a cucumber in somebody's trolley as you go to the checkout, and then watch them getting out of the checkout and going, "These aren't mine," and it's not what you think. And it's like, it's just that, that's when the visual language that exists works really strongly, because you kind of, you just go, because it is just a jar of Vaseline and a cucumber. When you put two things together like that, and this whole sexual thing dives up, it gets completely ridiculous. I suppose that's a bit Benny Hill too. Oh, I mean, you always get that, don't you? I mean, there's nothing you can do really. I mean, one of my favourite ideas for an artwork is a big red button in the gallery that says "Do not touch." And if you touch it, a boxing glove comes out and smashes you in the face. I wonder if you could get sued for that. I don't know. My son, who was 6, watched The Matrix, and he went up to Bez afterwards and said, "Bez, which would you take, the red pill or the blue pill? The one where you can find out where you wake up at home like nothing's happened, or you find out how deep the rabbit hole really goes." And Bez said I'd have them both, and he's always after that he goes, "Bez is really cool." I think that kind of pill would be, yeah. I think a death, I think a pill to alleviate your fear of death would kill you. I would say I'd had a title for a sculpture which was, "Now I know what I want, to live forever for a while." And I think living forever would be as frightening as death, but to live forever for a while would be great, which is kind of what we've got anyway. I remember being with Jarvis actually in the Metropolitan, in the Met Bar, and the guy had a bag full of money. And it was like there was a load of money in it, and I was with Ant, a friend of ours as well, and he was throwing it on the bar and throwing it on the floor. And when I grew up in Leeds, it's like we would have had it off him, do you know what I mean? If he was behaving like that. And it's like, it just totally did my head in. It was like really freaking. It was the same for Jarvis as well. Just like sat there, and this guy, it's like we had to get out of there in the end. She's just kind of going, and we probably had, 10 times that in our bank accounts. But to see that amount of real cash in the bag, I don't know what it was, like, I don't know, a couple of thousand quid. He was pissed out of his head throwing the bag, going, "I'll get these and I'll get that." And you're just going, It really, really made us both feel uncomfortable.